Continuation of terms. So important. This is your definition of change management. For those of you who don't have the document in front of you. The practice of applying a structured approach to transition an organization from current state to future desired state to achieve desired outcome. Yes, yeah, great. Well, you took the word transition from Beckert because that was the title of his book. Okay? And you took this idea of desired state from him and me. Okay? He didn't believe it. Really, he thought it was going to go away. So here's the definition that he and I created together. Maybe one of the last things he ever did. He faxed the final version after a long telephone conversation from his cabin in Bethel, Maine, just as he closed it up. And then he went on to New York and he passed away just after that. But he was one of my two most influential mentors. The other was Jack Gibb. Jack Gibb was too far out. But Dick wasn't, because every time I'd go to write a proposal alone, I don't do that anymore. I only co-create proposals. I'd go look at all my books, and I had them all, and I always went to Beckert's book and took his words when I was doing my end writing. Besides, he was a dear friend. He and I came up with this. OD. This is 1999. Is a holistic, systemic, and systematic change effort using applied behavioral science competencies to change or transform the organization to a new desired state. Okay, well, you have the word organization in there, great. You have desired state in there, great. You have practice, I like that. That's the name of all my books are Practicing Organization Development, or my Practicing Organization Development series. Practice, theory and practice. But in any case, it's holistic. You don't have that notion at all. And what does holistic mean? That means that you use whatever is on their mind at the time. What's the pressing issue? What's keeping the CEO up at night? Okay, you deal with that. And it may be structure, it may be profitability, it may be survival, whatever that is. Okay, and the people in the room. You need to deal with what's on their mind. That may be resistance to the change to the top. And then it's systemic. It means the whole of the system. Health, strategy, money, safety, whatever. Okay? That the organization tells you. And that's why I don't believe in any survey instruments. Somebody wants me to create one right now in Russia. Well, I may give them Morley's, but I always create this with them. And so many stories. And then it is systematic. That is your word, structured approach. Structured approach and systematic is the same for me. But now, as I looked at your structured approach in your appendix, I go crazy. There's no one ever going to do that. You're getting like an ISO a quality process, that absolutely drives CEOs crazy because it's bureaucratic. It doesn't deal with the arising nature of the situation. It's too arthritic. Okay, my structured approach. I only have two major events. Okay, I transform a team, I transform a team that they lead, and I create so much commotion, and I've got, 8 or 9 structured things around that they're off and running forever without me, and learning on their own. Okay? But within those very simple parameters, I'm facilitating with my bare hands, as Bob Tannebaum would say. It's like an NFL football team. Yes, you can program the structure of the first 5 plays maybe, but after that, you have to call the next play based on what's happened on the first 5. And so you got to have this flexibility. And so I, for example, one of my criteria is I have a 2.5-day design team that meets twice for every large meeting of 300 or more. That's it. Then we come in and, I have an outline, I have a purpose and outcomes and some things, but it's all in a conversation with them about what it's going to be because they become to own it. And guess what? In a large organization, I was just told that the change management group comes in and does it to the executives and the client system. They plan the meeting, they do the session, all that stuff, and they leave. Well, I just had the situation where, because I required them to fly across the country twice for 2.5 days, and then they worked virtually for, many, many hours, they owned the meeting of the 300 people.